Something I've been thinking about. Why is it cheaper to fly from London to Edinburgh than to catch the train?
Now! Right fucking now! I'm going to fucking jail. Watch me. You, Debbie, James, Jamie, the fucking lot. Watch what happens now.
They actually don't want us to go on holiday, you know. Like, the cost of living, crisis, economy we're in, whatever we are in, simulation we're in, doesn't want us to go on holiday.
How the fuck do people afford to go to Butlins?
I'm going to talk about new scam. If you're going to holiday this summer, you have to watch this video, yeah?
Nico, they're trying to say you're trying to scam me of all my money. What do you have to say to that?
No English, no understand.
Booking.com are a complete bunch of scam artists. Not the lovely people answering the phones in customer services. No, they're all doing the best and empathetic, seemingly, probably taught. But no, the people you have to answer to, the elusive Wizard of Oz. Well, Booking.com. Here's my story. 3 weeks ago, I booked what I thought was a legitimate apartment on Booking.com in London for my 2 teenage daughters and I. We've got tickets for the Foo Fighters, so we're really excited. Look neat, clean, near a tube stop, no reviews, but how bad can it be? They've got Tina Fey, Melissa McCarthy, Glenn Close doing their advertising. Must be legit, right? 500 quid for a weekend in London. Go on then. Immediately after booking, I go onto Google Earth to work out proximity to the tube stop. I know, I'm sad. I always do this sort of thing. But something looks odd. The apartment pics don't match the area. Red flag. Quick Google Lens search of the pics. Uh-oh, they appear to be a mixture of 3 different properties. 3 different legitimate properties also on Booking.com. All these apartments have had their images, their intellectual property stolen. Something Booking.com claims to protect. I immediately call and raise the alarm. It'll be all right. I still have 2 weeks to get a full refund. I'm told words to this effect by a very polite young man. Don't worry, ma'am. No need to cancel. Your money's safe with us. We will investigate, and if it turns out to be fraudulent, we will find you alternative accommodation. We will do this within the free cancellation period, should you change your mind. Okay, I'm happy with that. A week and a half later, nothing. Total radio silence. So I call them, concerned the investigation will take longer than the free cancellation period. No, ma'am, nothing to worry about. Just give us another 48 hours and we'll get back to you, still within the cancellation period. Well, they didn't. The day of the cancellation period, I see a review has appeared. Its title is Disaster, Liar. Surely this will be evidence. I call them again.
Welcome to Blighty Blighted. Still quite cold, isn't it? I'm keeping this cardigan on anyway. You can't go anywhere these days without someone trying to rob you blind, home or abroad. It's like being British comes with a big sign saying, easy target, ask for card details. Book a holiday online, and you're not sure if you're getting a week in Spain or helping fund a bloke's new van in Birmingham. By the time you realize the hotel doesn't exist, and the only sea view you've got is the puddle outside your front door. By the way, you can help grow this community of ours by clicking subscribe. Go on, you know you want to join us. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, even when you do make it abroad, they see you coming. A pint that costs 8 quid, a taxi driver who swears your hotel's very close, sir, then drives you round the same roundabout 4 times. I've seen less daylight robbery during the Blitz, but we're no safer at home either. Fake phone calls, dodgy texts, Amazon deliveries that never existed. Half the country's 1 click away from being scammed, the other half already has been.
Which have the real images. Meanwhile, another review appears titled, Shame on Booking.com to list this apartment and make money. It then goes on to show the real apartment, which is terrible. They had to sleep on a mattress on the floor. There's nothing that was advertised. It's completely different. Well, of course it is. What was advertised is a combination of 76 Eversholt Street, Euston, Grassmere Apartments near King's Cross, and 2A Seymour Road, Hackbridge, not Flat F 266 Bethnal Green Road. I tried to tell them this from the start, and now poor families are having to endure this scam and have a holiday there because they aren't listening to me. I hear nothing about the links, I said. The weekend goes by. I call again. I'm sorry, Miss Lucy. They still say there's not enough evidence. I say, did you not see the links I sent? They say, oh, we cannot open links. But you said And now, the crowning turd on the fairy cake. Now, this is a real doozy. I can have my refund, but only if I go to the property on the date booked and prove it for myself. Drive a 420-mile round trip to a location that has overwhelming evidence to say it's fake. It may not be safe. I have 2 teenage daughters. Are you high? This, despite the overwhelming evidence, is the only way you'll allow me a refund, by potentially putting me in what could be an unsafe situation. But I'm going to have to do it because after talking to you for over 5 hours on the phone and all the stress, there's no other way for me to get my money back. Oh, of course, yeah, unless the scammer agrees it. This system seems set up to protect the rights of the scammers, not the consumers or the genuine hosts who can have their images stolen without any consequences. Meanwhile, another review pops up also saying it's a scam. But that's still not enough evidence, apparently. Moral of this story, do not trust Booking.com, even if they do thrust A-list comedians in your face, but you probably knew that. Please don't come for me. I'll update you when I've been to the house of disrepair. Unless, of course, it turns out to be a trafficking den, in which case I might need Liam Neeson. Liam?
Check out your local council website and any councils nearby in places where you might like to visit, because they'll list free and cheap activities and events that you could go to, especially with the kids. Look up social media, look in all the local Facebook groups and all of that to see what events are being held locally. Go house sitting. Use a platform like Trusted House Sitters, which puts pet owners in touch with people who want to house sit, so you can look after their house and their pet. But you can also swap homes with friends and family around the country. You don't have to swap, of course. You can go and stay with each other, and then that saves you money too. If you want to go camping but don't want to fork out for all the equipment, look up Tent Share. That's a site where people rent out their camping equipment, so you can save hundreds of pounds that way. Check out the sites that provide discounts like Jam Donut, Mad About Money, and also Purple Discounts, which is for people who are disabled. And don't forget to always check out the cashback sites like Top Cashback and Quidco for any site where you're buying anything. If they're members, you're going to get some money back. Check out all the volunteering websites too, where you can go and volunteer in the UK or around the world. Do your research on the best way to travel. Is it by train? Is it by car? And if it is by car, make sure you use the Petrol Prices app to find the cheapest place to fill up. There's loads more, but that'll get you started.
Right, guys, this is really bugging me. Universal Credit Holiday Rule means you need to tell DWP that you're going on holiday and could mean court action if you don't. Nah, I think this is just a complete joke and utter control. I'm not being funny, but to be fair, why should we tell you anything? You are just controlling everything we do. Like, look at the stuff with the banks. I already put a video up about that. You can't send so much money, etc, etc. But my thing is, this just really, what is the government up to? Guys, what's your comments on this? Please let me know, because I really just don't get what's happening. I think it's disgusting, proper disgusting what they're doing, honestly. I think we all need to stand up and say enough's enough.
If you're going to Turkey, if you're going to Spain, if you're going to other countries, doesn't matter. This is like becoming popular scam. Now, maybe it's this happened before, but I have to talk about that because I don't want the people get scammed. So basically, when you arrive to your country location and you want to go to outside to eat or drink, restaurant or bar, whatever, yeah. So basically, when you're going to inside the restaurant, they showing to you original price to get you, you know what I mean, get you to the restaurant, make money, yeah. So when you go to sit in the table, after that, make sure you take in the first the picture, original price from the menu, yeah. You take the picture, because when you finish, when you want the bill, it can be double it. this is the new scam. Yeah, they double it the price, and after that when you say, okay, when you're against this price and say no, this is not right, and they showing to you another menu, and this is the like scam menu, and say this is the price you said, you accept already and you eat, you have to pay. But when you get the picture original menu and you can show them, I don't think so they will do anything else. Then you have to pay, you're gonna pay the original price. I just want to say this can be happen to you, can be happen anybody. Just I want you everybody aware who's going to holiday, even me, you know what I mean, like I always check on the prices. If you like this video, please watch, please share, and your friends, your families, if they don't want to get scam.
Hello, just a heads up on the latest big rental scam that's all over Europe and, well, the world probably. What's happening is people are advertising legal properties like the ones I advertise. Scammers are stealing our pictures, stealing our tourist license number, posting all over, undercutting by prices. People think they're getting a bargain. They're booking these accommodations, which aren't even theirs. Turning up, lo and behold, they've lost the money, they've got nowhere to stay, and there's no way of getting your money back because it's an illegal rent. So please, please, please be careful when you're renting properties. Please do diligence everything, because so many people are getting scammed. I've had 3 this week myself, and I'm just a little fish. So be careful, people.
And the moment I realised how badly they didn't want us to go away was when I saw the cost of airport parking. I have willingly been a baby girl for the last 8 years. I'll admit I haven't paid for things like airport parking, any of that kind of stuff. But I'm looking at it right now because I am taking my partner on holiday. And why is it £179 for a week to park your car? Honestly, that's back in the day, that would be a cost of a holiday in itself. To park a car. The best business plan you could have in this day is a car parking space, because there's minimal maintenance, I think. You're literally getting people to pay you for somewhere to put their car. Genius! I am going to buy a car park. I'm going to invest in a car park.
Caravan holidays are for the poor or the lower class. So that is a comment I recently read under someone's caravan tour video. And I thought I'd share my thoughts on that comment as someone who is stereotypically seen as being part of the lower class because I live in a council house. And for me, growing up in the UK, caravan holidays were like a rite of passage. So I have been on many caravan holidays to Butlins and Haven sites, but I was also really lucky as a child to be able to holiday in other countries as well, and I have really happy memories of each of those experiences. And now as an adult with a child, I still choose to holiday at Haven sites because it's convenient, and my child's only young, so gets very excited by Haven holidays still, and it can usually be more affordable, but not always because prices are constantly increasing, and some caravans on a Haven site can cost upwards of £500 for a 3-night stay, and that's not including the food and drink and activities cost. And I certainly wouldn't class that as, say, a poor person's holiday. But in general, I don't think holidays should be categorised into different social classes anyway. A holiday is a holiday. No matter where you choose to stay, it'll usually cost money. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments.
My Nico would never scam me because he's in love with me, aren't you, Nico?
No, I understand.
Nico, you love me. You told me you love me. You like fat English women with children, yes?
Yes.
Why doesn't everyone want to be happy for me? Just because I'm giving him my life savings because he loves me and he's going to make me a millionaire, that doesn't mean he's going to scam me, everyone. It just means that he's trying to be nice and make me rich. That's why I'm going to transfer all my money to your bank account, Nico. You make me rich, yes?
Yes, money.
Yes, make me money, yes?
Yes, money.
Yeah. And I know he's drop dead gorgeous, but he just likes overweight English women, don't you?
Yes, money.
Money, yes. Love you, Nico. Love you, Nico. You say love me back?
No, I understand.
Nico?
£700 for 3 nights in my own caravan. I'm paying £700 to sleep in my own caravan because I'm renting a 20-foot bit of grass off of them and paying for a little bit of their electric. Not only that, so not only am I paying to rent a little bit of land to sleep in my own caravan, did I mention it's my own caravan? I'm then paying for passers, I'm paying for the activities, because you can't go there with your kids and not do the activities. It is literally cheaper to go abroad than it is to go on a holiday in my own caravan to Butlins. I don't understand fucking how people can afford it. And when you're there, it's full of chavs everywhere. Fucking everywhere. Do you agree or am I wrong?
Just a little update. Well, it's not really an update, but after the guy told Booking.com that we were a no-show, I then rang them to send in more evidence, and I even sent them, I downloaded the TikTok I made and even sent that to them, along with pictures and all sorts. And then I received an email back from them saying that they couldn't find any of the attachments that I'd sent, so they couldn't forward them to their higher department because, well, they're claiming to have lost them. So I sent it again, and then they've said, well, all we can do now is we can wait for a response from the owner. And so, yeah, waiting for a response from the owner. Also, this is the same owner that has lied about the apartment. And also, when I texted him after we left to say, it's disgusting, you've used false images, he texted me back and said, I'm very sorry, I will pass this on to the owner and get him to issue you a refund. He's like pretending not to be the owner. You couldn't really make it up, could you?
That has absolutely not been our experience at all. So we're just coming to the end of day 2 in Blackpool now. Today we went swimming this morning, outdoor pool and the indoor pool. We had the best time. Then we headed down to Blackpool. We went to the circus and oh my gosh, honestly me and Greg were blown away, right? We were in Florida last year. We're just back from Dubai and we were like saying this performance was like way up there with all the performances we've seen. Like I would almost say it could have been like the best, right? It was just so good. Absolutely loved that performance. So did the kids as well. We went to Madame Tussauds as well. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but honestly we had the best experience there as well. It was so good and the kids loved it. As for all the staff that we've came across, like when we were there out in Blackpool today, everyone could not have been nicer, could not have been friendlier. All the people around us, just so lovely, so nice. Everyone's so helpful. When we arrived at our resort, the people, we were checked in by the staff. They were so nice. Honestly, like I just cannot get over it. Then today, when we were out in Blackpool, my phone started ringing and it came up. It was like the resort we're staying in, and I was panicking, thinking, "Oh my god, what's happened? If I left something on in the caravan or something like that?" But they were actually just phoning to say, "We just want to check in with you. Is everything going okay? Is there anything we can do to make your stay better and all this?" And I was just like, "No, honestly, it's absolutely great. We're having the best time." So Blackpool so far for us is a 10 out of 10, guys. Like I came on, I told you I was a little bit worried, I was a bit apprehensive. The entertainment last night in the resort as well, absolutely brilliant, 10 out of 10. Even like the staff came up and they were asking, they spoke to us like through the night. They were like asking our names, asking where we're from, just like getting to know us, telling us what was on through the, like, while we're here for the duration of our stay. Like, me and Greg were just like thinking, wow, it's honestly like we're blown away, and can't wait to just continue to enjoy the rest of our stay here in Blackpool. So very, very pleasantly surprised.
I just wanted to talk about this because it's my first time experiencing it. Because Caden's turned 4 now and he's about to start school in September. We always tried to plan our holidays, obviously when the kids were in school, because it was much cheaper. This year we've ended up going on holiday during the school holidays. It was Caden's 4th birthday. Wanted to have like a nice summer holiday with my mum and dad before he starts school. And to be honest with you, we did get it quite cheap, but the downside of that was we went all-inclusive, and the all-inclusive was absolutely abysmal. The hotel was lovely, don't get me wrong, but we did eat out every single night, went out for breakfast, spent more on drinks and stuff, so it was absolutely pointless. Caden's the most fussiest child ever. All he wanted to eat was margarita pizza every day, so, but yeah. I've gone off on a tangent there, but basically we spent like over £1,000 whilst we were on the holiday, plus pay for the holiday. And then you've got to get back. I don't think many people talk about this, but so obviously you've got to spend that extra money to go on holiday in the school summer holidays. Then when you get back, you've got to buy all new uniform. It's going into winter in September, so you've got to get your kids winter clothes. Caden's turned 4 in August. I've got back, I've literally looked through his stuff for like his winter stuff, and I'm like, well, none of that's going to fit anymore. So you've got to get like a whole new winter wardrobe. Plus my little girl's she'll be turning 18 months soon, and she's quite a chunky baby, so the 12 to whatever 18 months she's got in the wardrobes now. No. Obviously you know what British weather's like. You don't know whether it's going to be raining 1 minute, sunny the next. So I'm looking through all her clothes, because I've bought it all new clothes for the last holiday we've just been on. And I'm like, well, what I'm going to do when winter comes, I need a winter coat. It's just, you're just doing something in your head, and you're like, it's not calculating, do you know what I mean? How do people do this? Like, we've got back from holiday as well. Obviously, before we went, didn't buy any shopping because we was like, what's the point? So we've got back, we've had to do food shop. That cost a bomb. Honest to God. And we both, like, I don't know if single people do this, because we both work full time. We're quite lucky. We've got good wages, you know what I mean? We've got good income. And I don't know about you, but as a mum, my head is already like going to Christmas. Like, I've only got like, so what is it? What are we in now? August, September, October, November, December. 4 months to sort Christmas out. Yeah, that's just a rant. I've had a lovely holiday, don't get me wrong, but why is life like this? And why is the system hard on us? Why can't we just take our kids on holiday when it's cheaper? Everyone just wants to rinse us. I'm going to bed.
This is why you should not book the £99 mystery holiday from Voucher. First of all, if you think this £99 mystery holiday is going to be an amazing deal and you're going to get your money's worth and you're going to have an amazing time, you are wrong. All it's going to do is make you overpay for wherever you go, and it's going to cause you a lot of stress. So let's see what's included in the £99. You're going to get a return flight from some sort of airport in the UK, and a minimum of a 3-star hotel, which pretty much guarantees you're going to get a 3-star hotel. You get no baggage, no transfers, nothing like that. They say that you're guaranteed a minimum of 40 hours in the country, but meaning you're going to be sleeping for at least 16 of those hours, and if the flight times are going out late and coming back early, you're not going to get long at all. So pretty much for £99, you're going to get a very, very cheap flight and a very cheap hotel. Let me show you exactly what they're going to do. So they're going to fly you to a country like Italy, Spain, Poland, which aren't bad countries at all, but a return flight will literally cost you around £29, £28, or even cheaper to like Denmark or Albania for £25, £23. They are dirt cheap flights. And then for whatever destination you're going to get, such as Italy or Poland or wherever like this, they're going to find you a 3-star hotel which costs around £50. So then for 2 people, that's £25 each if you booked it yourself. But instead they're going to charge £99 per person. You're then going to go on TikTok and have a look like, oh, £99 mystery holiday, and all these amazing ones you're going to see are all paid promotion ones. These are all creators who have probably been paid around £500 to promote their amazing deal, but they've been sent to Malta for 5 nights or Maldives for a week. And when you do it yourself, when you're a nobody, you're going to get a 2-night or 1-night stay in a really bad place with a 3-star hotel, and you're going to have an awful experience. They're then going to call you up and try to get you to say, oh, we can get you a better flight or a better hotel, but it's going to cost you more and more until you're getting an okay deal. I've seen one story where they've been given a 7-day stay in Bahamas. They've got there, the hotel doesn't even exist, and they've had to call them up and they're not even picking up. So they're stranded in Bahamas with no hotel to stay in. If you only want to spend £99 and go away, trust me, do it yourself. Go onto Skyscanner, find a return flight for £25, £30, and then you can find an Airbnb or Booking.com, split it between 2 or 3 of you, and pay maybe £70, £80, and at least you're going to know where you're going from. Your flight is definitely happening, your hotel is definitely legit, and you're going to have a much nicer time. And if you really want the mystery factor, then get a friend to pick for you, and then you book it. But yeah, trust me, stay away from this. You're not going to have a good time. It's going to cause you loads of stress. You can be on the phone for hours just to have a very bang average holiday.
Tell me this isn't a scam. So my mum and dad are going to Cyprus tomorrow with Tui, and they haven't been on holiday since December 2019. We all went to Lanzarote for Christmas just before COVID. So they've literally not had a holiday or got on an airplane since COVID, since before COVID. So you can imagine the planning that's gone into this, because my dad's an anxious traveller anyway, because he's a bit of a control freak like me. And he has to check his bag 1,000 times, check his passport, check his paperwork. And I have printed their boarding passes, and I live 25 miles away from them. So they're not going to get their boarding passes until I pick them up at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning and drive them to the airport. So my dad's probably having a meltdown, and he probably won't sleep tonight, because, you know, that key piece of paperwork won't be in his bag ready to go. Anyway, so I was checking them in online, and I was at their house the other day, and I'd done all the passport stuff. So we clicked to like manage my booking, and we put all the passport details and everything in, and but it wouldn't allow us to check in until 48 hours before. So I forgot to do it yesterday, don't tell them. And so I did it this morning, and my mum was allocated 3C and my dad was allocated 21D. Now, they're in their late 70s and they're joined at the hip. They've been married 50 odd years. They do everything together. So there's no way that they're not going to sit together on that plane. So I clicked to edit the seats, because I was like, no, listen, yeah, they've got to sit together. Like, it's their first holiday in 6 years. You know, it's kind of got to be perfect. And also, I've booked this holiday. I'm responsible for this holiday. They're going to Cyprus because it's my cousin's wedding next week. Because they would never choose to go on holiday in August as people in their late 70s during school holidays, when it's the most expensive time to go. So, you know, so I kind of want it to be perfect for them. I've paid for fast track through security for them, because again, my dad will just have a meltdown and he'll whinge, and that'll piss my mum off, and they'll end up having a row before they even get on the plane. So I've tried to make everything as easy as possible, and without any stress and without anything that either of them can moan about. But there's no way when I give them these tickets tomorrow, they go, we're sitting like 19 rows apart, they're going to be okay with that. Maybe on the way back, when my mum's totally had enough of him, she'll be like, yeah, sweet, put me in the front of the plane, he can go right down there, we're good. But not on the way there. And also, my auntie and uncle are on the same flight, as well as the bride and groom. But obviously they've not booked together, they're not staying in the same hotel, so they'll all be there together-ish. So again, like, my mum's not going to be like, yeah, I'm not sitting with my husband. So I went to click on change the seat, and none of the seats were free. You had to pay for every single seat. But the 2 seats they'd allocated to us were obviously free. But to make a change, like, and I get, like, if we could have chosen our seats at the time of booking, and we could have chosen our seats, I'm not going, their seats. I could have chosen them last week and then not checked in and printed boarding passes until 48 hours before. At any point, I could have picked seats and paid for them. But I chose not to, because we didn't want to pay for the seats. But then to change the seat, to sit next to, because there is a seat available next to my mum. So she's in 3C and 3D is available, so that they would both be either side of the aisle. That is available for £38. And no other seats on the plane am I able to change my dad for free. No matter what seat I put him in now, it's a minimum of £19 and a maximum of £45. And I've just had to pay £38 so that he can sit next to my mum. So is this what they do now? That your allocated seats are dotted all over the plane, and then you have to pay to sit next to each other? Now, I know I could have run the risk of them just checking in at the airport, and fingers crossed they sit them together, because you would like to think that when a 78-year-old man walks up to the desk with his wife, you're going to seat them together if you have that opportunity to do so. But I wasn't willing to take the risk because, again, I just kind of want this holiday to be amazing for them. But I do feel like I've been scammed there. They're saying it's an extra legroom seat. But my mum's seat in 3C isn't. Hers is just a standard seat, standard width, standard legroom. And yet the seat there, on the other side of the aisle in the same row, is extra legroom. Which is why it's cost £38 and not £19. Is this a scam? Like, is this what happens now? Or is it just because I left it really late and there's fuck all seats left on the plane? Because I don't think that's what it is. Because also, when I tried to check them in again, and I picked this seat, paid for it, and then it said, oh, no, we can't print your boarding passes. There's been a problem. You'll have to do it at the airport. And I was like, no, fuck that. Like, what happens now if they get to the airport and they don't give them the seat that I've just paid 38 quid for? So I went back and it had wiped all their passport information, so I had to put all that back in, and then it allowed me to check in and print the boarding passes. So we are good, like, we're good in that sense. But yeah, I just feel like I've been scammed a little bit, and I could have chosen their seats for the return flight, but again, there was none that were included in the price. Like, I had to pay a minimum of £19 to select a seat, and again, I wasn't willing to do it, because had I paid for one seat on the way out there and two on the way back, it was £77 just to select a seat so that my parents can sit together, because they've been married for 53 years, and it's, you know, it's kind of just, when you book a package holiday, you kind of want to sit next to the person that you go with. Look, is this a thing now? I always travel on my own, so I don't give a flying fuck who I sit next to. I'd never pick a seat, because I'm never paying extra, because you're going to sit me next to an arsehole anyway. Like, I could pick the perfect seat on the plane, and then I could get like a 6-month-old baby next to me, which would be living hell for me. So there's no way I'm paying, because you risk it anyway, don't you? So yeah, what are our thoughts on this? Because I'm not thrilled at the £38 it's just cost me.
Whoever sold you the dream of traveling around Europe from the UK is cheap or easy to do is straight up lying to you. This is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but living and being based in the UK is not going to make traveling around Europe any easier. And for some context, I'm Canadian, my boyfriend is from the UK, so I'm coming to and from Wales when I'm not traveling. Unless you're based in central London or have the budget for the insanely overpriced trains, it is seriously not even worth the journey half the time to go on a weekend trip to another country in Europe. The way they get you, though, is with the cheap flights and the cheap airlines. So your flight might be £10, £20, and you're like, wow, this is amazing, it's so cheap. It is not, because it's going to cost you probably £100 to get to and from the airport. And yes, while that is relatively cheap in comparison to doing long-haul overseas flights, it is still not cheap if you're trying to do a short 3-4 day trip on a long weekend, or just get away if you're living in the UK. For example, we are planning a trip to Portugal for my boyfriend's birthday with his family. Round trip flights were like £50, but that flight is from Stansted and we are in Wales. Why not get a flight from a different airport? Oh, I don't know, because they cost like £300 then. So to get the cheap airlines and the cheap flights, you have to go so far to get there. And even if you're doing it as cheap as possible and doing it by coach buses, it is so ridiculous. It's not even going to be a direct route if you're coming from Wales. Like, this is probably more of a Wales problem than the whole UK, but there is no good airport in Wales. So you have to go to Bristol, you have to go to the London airports. There's not really another option. Not only will it take you, 12 hours to get to whichever airport you choose, it will also cost significantly more than the flight to get there by bus. And the prices keep going up until the date that you need to leave. So if you don't book like 2 months ahead of time, you're paying like £50 for a bus. Just needed to rant about this because I straight up had a panic attack last night dealing with Flixbus, National Express, Megabus, Trainline, just trying to organize getting to the airport from Wales. Like, it's such a nightmare. It makes me not even want to go on this trip because it is so annoying to figure out. And yeah, I know this is a first world problem, obviously, but if they want people to take the trains, why are they so expensive? Like, I don't understand. And I am so done doing these frickin' 12-hour journeys just to get to the airport. So for all the Australians that come to the UK thinking they're going to be able to travel Europe super easily and super cheaply, think again, or make sure you're living close to one of the London airports.
Hey everyone, so you're about to see part 2 of our holiday from hell and from that scam of a place. So I hope you enjoy. It's a bunch of random clips that we took and hope they give you some idea. The camera doesn't really justify, doesn't do it justice, so enjoy. Toothpaste marks. We haven't even we haven't used anything here. Lady says to me, I can't do anything for you because it's too late. But when do you actually suddenly look up and see black mold and fucking cobwebs and water damage and...
In a climate crisis. Across the UK, flights are priced at a fraction of the cost of trains, meaning if you want to try and travel more sustainably, it's not only going to take longer, but it might cost you up to 4 times the price. Flights emit over 4 times more carbon than trains, but it's the cheaper option, and there's a few key reasons for this. Airlines pay no kerosene tax, VAT, or air passenger duty, which artificially subsidises air travel. By comparison, train operators have to pay energy taxes and high rail tolls. The UK rail system was also largely privatised in the 90s, leading to a patchwork of operators, rising fares, and a lack of price caps on many routes. The UK has a net zero by 2050 target, but is this possible when the greenest option is the most expensive? In France, short-haul flights are banned if there's a rail alternative that takes less than 2.5 hours, and in Spain, a similar ban is being considered as part of the country's climate action plan. So, if the UK is serious about climate action, it has to start with making low-carbon travel a more competitive and much more affordable option.
I got a call last week. Lad said he was from my bank. I said, that's funny, so am I. I keep all me money there. Click. Gone. Back in my day, if someone tried to scam you, they had to look you in the eye. Now they just need Wi-Fi and a fake accent. We used to go abroad for the sunshine. Now we go for the scams. And at least the weather's honest. Right, I will hopefully see you all on the next video. Enjoy your holidays if you can. Cheerio.